Profit, and I'm your host Himakshi Bahuguna.
And I'm your host Malika Mishra, and in the next 1 hour or so, we will be together taking up all your queries. So don't forget to call us on the numbers flashing on your screen. You can also send in your queries on the WhatsApp numbers, which is also available on the screen at the moment. But before we begin with the show, guys, I would like to first wrap the market for all of you. If you look at the Nifty 50, which is the main benchmark of the Indian Stock Exchange, you'll see that it ended 0.5% higher, around 22,500 levels. And speaking of the 30-pack Sensex, you'll see that also hovered around the same levels. It increased close to 0.46, so 0.5% again at 74,100. Let's also take a look at the broader markets to see how they fared. And if you look at the Nifty Mid Cap 150 and the Nifty Small Cap 250, you would see that they were up in good shape too. Not as as good as how the benchmarks performed, but they did end up being in the green territory. Let's take a look at the small cap 250 as well to see how that ended. And again, 0.33% up, so clearly in the green zone, but underperformed the benchmarks. Let's pull up the sectoral heat map to see which sectors really reflected some gains of the market. And you would see that majorly, of course, a lot of sectors in the green. Majorly sectors were in the green, but you would see finance, bank, auto, pharma, all of these in good shape. What lagged behind a bit, you would see realty, you would see FMCG. And if you pull up the top gainers and top losers, you would see a reflection of that in the gainer section as well, where you'd see a couple of FMCG names come in and hit the rock bottom. You have RIL, ITC, you have L&T that's dragging down. But ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, major banking stocks literally led the market today and provided some strength to the market at the moment. Now, moving on, Himakshi, let's introduce the guests. We have Mahesh M. Oja of Hensick Securities joining us on the fundamentals, and Vikas Jain of Reliance Securities joining us on the technical. So welcome, gentlemen. Let's begin with our first question. Pramod has written to us from Bangalore. He holds 100 shares of Ion Exchange with an average price of 700 rupees. He's sitting on a loss of close to 25,000. He's asking if he should average them at this moment. What's your view on this, Vikas?
Well, in terms of average, I believe he should hold on, because if you look at the stock is in a continuous downtrend and it's still not finding any major support, where the broader markets have witnessed some amount of recovery over the past 5-7 trading sessions, but INOT's exchange continues to witness some amount of more sell-off. So we believe some more 10 to 12% downside, anything near to 380, 400 would be an ideal point, which is also 200-week average. So that should be an ideal point to average. So we can continue to hold on what he's been having through, but if he wants to look in for average, he should wait for some more 10 to 12% correction near to 380 to 400 levels.
All right, thanks for that view, Vikas. Now we have another WhatsApp query. So Sanish has written to us from Kochi saying that he's bought 2,692 shares of Ircon at 269 apiece, and the time horizon is of 2 years. So, just a few minutes back, Ircon International came up with its, filing saying that its JV has gotten a 1,096 crore letter of award from Meghalaya government. So it's certainly a positive for the company there, but will it be impacting the fundamentals of the company? Mahesh, what do you have to say on this?
I think fundamentally, Ircon is comparatively other stocks are good. I think 220, 240 level could become in near term. So I'm positive on Ircon. I think from these level, one can, if anyone want to buy on, then they can buy on these level also. 225 to 220 to 240 zone could become in near term. I think 3 to 6 months, if anyone horizon, then easily could become. And fundamentals are Ircon are good.
All right, and Vikas, since I can see that currently trading at 138, which is it's near its 1 year lows. So are you still positive on this company for short term?
Look at the structure. Ircon got topped out somewhere in July 2024. So it's almost 9 to 12 months of strong corrective action. And From the highs of around 260, it has almost halved by 50%. So some bottom-up formation has been taking place near to 130, 132 and witnessing some amount of bounce back. So it's a good possibility candidate that the stock can revive back near to 175, 180 on an immediate basis. So remain positive at from current levels.
Okay, all right. And now let's welcome our first caller of this evening. Munir is calling us from Chennai. Hi, Munir. Good evening.
Good evening, madam. Yes.
What's your question, Munir?
I'm holding 1,000 stocks of Zomato at the price of 210.
Okay.
I just want to know the short-term outlook of the share.
Okay, short term.
And also, I just want to know, is it okay to add some more in this current level?
Okay. And when did you purchase these shares, Munir?
I purchased, I think, a month back. I think.
Okay, month back. Cool. Vikas, what's your view on Zomato? The stock is currently trading around 204 rupees, was up close to 1% in trade today. And Munir holds 1,000 shares. I'd like to ask you the short-term view because the stock hasn't done much since August of 2024, plus trades around an extremely high PE ratio. What's your sense over there?
The view is negative as of now because if you look at the structure remains pretty weak. No doubt it witnessed some amount of bounce back from these 203, 205 levels, but it made a multiple top near to 230, 235 and witnessed a sharp drawdown. So we believe the stock has more legs to go down. It would carry decline near to 165 to 180 levels, which is broader long-term averages. So the view is negative. He should not average. In fact, on rallies, if you're looking for, he can exit near to 212 to 215.
That's a negative view for short term on Zomato is what Vikas is suggesting. Now we have a WhatsApp query from Dubai. So Swami has written to us saying that he's holding 2,000 shares of Exicom Tele-Systems at 333 per share, and he's for 1 year now he has been holding it, but he's looking for a short term view on it. So Vikas, the stock has experienced a significant decline. You know, it's been down approximately 70% from its 52-week high. So what do you have to say? What suggestion do you have for Swami? Should he be holding the company, or should he, book his profits?
So with respect to Exicom Telecom, the same story continues with the new IPO breed of investing, where the stock had some strong amount of upward momentum, and now since then we have seen a continuous drawdown. The stock is almost now near to the IPO price of 110, 120 odd levels. So we believe some more pain cannot be ruled out into the name, and some price correction maybe would have been over, maybe 5-7% here and there, but some amount of time correction or consolidation has to be taken place into the stock before appearing for a long up move.
Right, all right. And Mahesh, coming to you on the fundamentals of this particular company, are you bullish on it? Because, some factors that are influencing the future performance are competition, in the telecoms infrastructure, regulatory changes. So what do you have to say on that front?
Not much bullish, but I think some upside could come in stocks. I think the 200 plus level could become in near term. So from current these levels, he can hold further.
Okay, got it. And now we have Prashant. He's calling us from Pune. Hi, Prashant. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, ma'am. I'm having 500 shares of Jubilant FoodWorks.
Okay.
At a price 630.
Okay.
My view is for long term. So how it will go and what will be the future perspective?
Okay, just two questions. When did you buy these shares of Jubilant FoodWorks?
I think in the last 2-3 sessions, it was somewhat around 630.
Okay, so very recently. And for how long do you intend to hold these?
For at least 1 year, 1 or 2 years.
Okay, 1 or 2 years.
At least I should get. At least I should get 1.5 profit, 1.5%. I mean, times profit.
Got it. Mahesh,
because all were experts were giving. I mean, Jubilant FoodWorks price would go up to the 800, 900, but suddenly somewhat the market has been down.
Correct. Right. I understand your question, Prashant. I'll take this to Mahesh. Mahesh, what's your sense on Jubilant FoodWorks? Prashant holds 500 shares at 630 rupees, bought quite recently. The stock trades around 619 rupees, was up close to 4% in trade today, holds the master franchisee of Domino's Pizza. He's asking your perspective on 1 or 2 years, and do you see the stock price rallying up to 800 as was projected a couple of months before with regards to this stock?
I think if anyone holding up to 1 year horizon, then we can see up to 770, 750 zone. But if your horizon is very little, then they should keep stop loss. But if your horizon more than up to 2 years, then we can see up to 900 plus level from current perspective. I think on a little bit bullish on Jubilant FoodWorks. I think 750 level could be can come in 1 year horizon, and after that, but we can review stocks. So from 2 year horizon, I'm up to 900 level could become.
Now we have a caller from Mumbai. Hi, Jungu. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Hello, am I audible? I think we've lost the line there, but we have the query. So, Mr. Fitter has bought 2,000 shares of Syngene International at 498 rupees, and he's looking for a long-term view on it. And what I can see is that he's sitting on a handsome profit of almost 3.5 lakhs there. So, kudos to you, Mr. Fitter. Those are some fit numbers there on your screens. But Mahesh, coming to you, how are the fundamentals of Syngene International looking like? Are they positive?
I think fundamentals of Syngene are very good. I think if anyone from the perspective of investor holding, I think he's a longer term investor. So I think from 1 year horizon, we are optimistic for at least 800 plus zone. And from if your view is more than 1 year, then we can see up to 800, 850 zone easily. So from current perspective, he can hold further.
And Mahesh, just a quick follow-up on the pharma space with regards to what's happening globally. Are you bullish on pharma, or what's your view?
No, we are optimistic for pharma. Sun Pharma looking good. If any downside coming in Sun Pharma, Cipla, that is advisable for accumulation. So if any downside, if you're getting Cipla near 1420, 1440, then can be accumulated. If Sun Pharma coming in 1650 range, then they can accumulate the some CDMO space also. We are optimistic. If anyone getting lower, then they can Piramal Pharma also can be accumulated in lower level. So from pharma space, we are accumulating in lowers in if any downside.
Okay, got it. And now we will take up another WhatsApp query. Sneha has written to us from Navi Mumbai. She currently holds 42 shares of Carraro at 704 rupees a piece, and she's asking for a long-term view, close to about 2 years. She's sitting on a loss of 16,000 rupees from this investment. She's also written to us the fact that the company has faced challenges post-IPO, and recent earnings also indicate a decline in net profits. Vikas, I'd like to get your technical analysis on Carraro first to see where the stock is headed. Why are we seeing the kind of decline that the stock has seen?
Well, the stock had a very poor listing. If you look at it, has continuously performed the broader markets, and since then it has seen continuous drawdown. We believe some consolidation should be placed over here, because if you look at the last 10 to 12 days, the stock has been trending in this range of around 295 to 320 odd levels. So on a higher side, if the stock crosses 320, then we could see some amount of mojo back into the name. But as the listing history suggests, 320 is the breakout zone on an immediate basis.
Okay, understood. And Mahesh, since our viewer wanted to know a 2-year perspective on Carraro, what's your view on the company looking like? Although, you know, it hasn't had a pretty picture post IPO listing, but do you think it will be able to recover in the long term?
I think it's a recent listed company. Don't have much more historical data about the Carraro. But if you look on the recent IPO, that was overly priced. So I think if any quarter coming with good, so we can see up to 400 plus 425, 440 range in near term. If any quarter coming good for Carraro. But I'm not much more bullish for the same. If any upside, this investor need to try to exit from the counter in a higher level. That could be near 425, 440 zone.
All right. Thanks for that view, Mahesh. Now we have a caller from Chennai. Hi, Krishna. Thanks for calling in.
Hi, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. How can we help you, Krishna?
Is the right time to invest in KMC?
Okay. And why have you narrowed down to KMC, if I may ask?
I have been watching it from 3 months.
Okay.
That's why I'm following that.
Okay, you're following this company. All right. It's currently trading at 61 and is it's near its 1-year lows. And if I can see the charts, it has been following. It has been dropping since September and a very sharp fall since 4th of February. So Vikas and Krishna, are you there on the line?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you looking for a long-term view or a short-term view?
Both.
Both. All right. So starting with you, Vikas, on the short term, are you optimistic about this particular company?
I think this is only a BSE listed company, so some amount of volume participation is lesser compared with the broader markets. The stock is languishing near to the sub lows of around 61, 62, but it is broken its 200-week averages with strong volumes. So we are not so strongly positive into the name. We believe some more time correction or price correction is to be looked into, so I should wait for some time.
Mahesh, on the fundamental aspect, are you how do you see the fundamentals of this particular company? Are you positive?
Fundamentals of company are good. Currently, downside is due to supply concerns. I think some downside could also come in near term, but stock is fundamentally good. If anyone want to accumulate on these level, they can try it. They can accumulate on these level and little bit for keep cash for little bit also lower. So volume are a little bit less in counter. So I think staggered way accumulation could be advisable in this counter.
Got it. And now we have Bhaskar. He's calling us from Hyderabad. Hi, Bhaskar. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Please ask your question.
I'm having 100 shares of KRN Heat Exchanger.
Okay.
Bought at KRN Heat Exchanger.
Okay. Yes, go ahead.
Bought at 890 price.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100 shares. So I want the technical and the fundamental view on this for short term.
Okay, and when did you purchase these shares?
Some 10 days back.
10 days back. Okay, got it. Mahesh, I'd like to take your view on KRN heat exchangers and refrigeration. Now, the company manufactures thin and tube type heat exchangers for the heat, ventilation, air conditioning, basically in the air conditioning space. What's your view on this particular counter looking like? Because it has seen a dip of close to 8% in the past 1 week, and as compared to its peers, it trades at a high PE ratio of 137. What does that make the company look like? Is it expensive at the moment?
It's a recent listed company. I think stock is much expensive on these levels. So one must try to accumulate in lower level if any stocks coming downside nearby 740, 750 zone. That could be a little bit accumulation zone for the stocks. But I think currently stock is highly expensive and trading at higher PE. We are also seeing some hit also coming in the stocks, but I am not optimistic for much more upside. I am advising investor to exit on this level and try to enter in lower level. That could be 740 to 760 range. Therefore, on that level, we are optimistic for stock could come in near term.
Okay. And Vikas, because Mahesh has already mentioned the levels at which KRN could be the right, it could be the right time to enter KRN. I'd like to know what kind of levels are you looking at in the long term, say from a 1 or 2 year perspective. Do you think these are really expensive, or will the stock be able to turn around?
Well, if you look at the listing history has been pretty short, but from the chart's recent perspective, it has made a double top near to 1020, 1040 odd levels and witnessing some amount of gradual corrective action. So we believe some more pain cannot be ruled out, and we would expect some amount of knee-jerk reaction, because if you look at the IPO fancy names, once the locking period exits, we would see sharp amount of unwinding into these names. So possibility that this stock would also see some amount of more corrective action over the next few weeks. So it's better to avoid or sell.
All right, thanks for that view, Vikas. Now we have a caller from Chennai. Hi, Nandu. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. This is regarding Steel Authority of India.
Yeah.
I got around 2,000 shares. I bought it around a year back. It was 92.
Okay.
So should I exit now and then enter at a lower level, or it will move up from here? I just want
All
to
right, all right. Because I can see that you are sitting on a profit of almost 29,000 there. So Vikas, since he's asking for a very short-term view, so currently it's trading at 106, and since he is sitting on a decent profit, so do you suggest him to book his profits, or should he be staying invested in it?
So post his investment, he has seen the high price of around 155, 170 odd levels. And since then, the stock has been a continuous decline. But the silver lining is that the stock is making good amount of support near to sub 100 odd levels and witnessing a good amount of bounce back. So we can continue to remain invested. We believe another 5-7% up move would be expected into the name near to 113, 114, where it would see some amount of more profits into his game. So we can continue to remain invested and exit near to 114, 115.
All right, thanks for that view. And Mahesh, coming to you, are these the correct levels for a new investor if he wants to, he's just starting off their investment journey. So are these the correct levels to, enter this particular company?
From metal perspective, I think metal company can outperform in near term. So I think and he can, if anyone want to invest in metal counter, Hindalco could be a good pick from these level or any other JSPL could be a good counter. From sell perspective, if your view is more than 1 year, then they can buy the sell counter. Then you may see up to 15 to 20%, 25% up to in sell. But currently, if you are in fresh new investor, I can say start with Hindalco and Jindal Steel as well.
Okay, got that. And now we have Sagar. He's calling us from Bengaluru. Hi, Sagar. Good evening.
Yeah, hi. Good evening.
Please ask your question.
Yeah. So I have 100 shares of Nuvama Wealth Management at an average price of 5,050.
Okay.
So my query was that, like, I'm sitting on a profit of around 30,000. So I was like, can I book that profit and re-enter when it reaches around 4,800? So is that a possibility, or should I just hold on this for now?
Understood. Got it. Vikas, Sagar holds 100 shares of Nuvama Wealth at 5,050 rupees a piece. The current price is around 5,350 odd so levels. And the stock did see a sharp dip around January of 2025. I'd like to ask if it would be prudent for Sagar to exit and book his profits at the moment and then come back at an attractive price.
So as he's been the profit, if he wants, he can then he can put some partial profits into the name. But the stock has made some good bottom-up formation near to 5,050 to 5,100 levels. And if higher side, the capital market ecosystems names have been looking good and we are seeing some amount of traction. So if the broader market gives a strong amount of up move, the stock can move further. So either he can trail his stop loss, maybe to around 5,200 for his purchase price, or he can exit near to 5,750 to 5,800, which is the immediate target.
Okay, got it. And Mahesh, since you're a fundamental expert, I'd like to know your view on the broking industry, because the recent AMFI data that came out suggested that there was a sharp fall in inflows across different segments, especially equity mutual funds saw a fall of close to 26% month on month itself. What does that do to the broking industry? What kind of image does that reflect? And as a result, would stocks in the space react well in the future or not?
I think much more pain has been discounted in broking industry. I think broking industry stocks are facing much more pressure on higher layer. If you're looking on Nuvama, that's a different story. I think a Nuvama dividend yield, if you're looking on the dividend yield of your Nuvama, that's pretty attractive. And if you are looking cash holding, Nuvama is also pretty good. So if anyone looking for a 1 year horizon, they can buy on these level also. I think 7,000 plus level could become easily in Nuvama if your horizon is 1 year and more than 1 year. So we are optimistic for upside in Nuvama and stock. If you are comparing broking stock with Nuvama, that could be little bit different. So I think a Nuvama could be a good buy from these level also.
Okay, got that. And viewers, we'll have to slip into a short break, but keep sending in your queries on WhatsApp as well as call in. We will be right back for Ask Profit only on NDTV Profit. Stay tuned.
He sold most of his stock, 80%, as on that date.
We have requested the management to come and speak to us. They asked us, what questions will you ask? We've sent it to them. They don't want to answer it, so then let's put it to our viewers as well.
7 key questions, right? How is it that 2,000 crore goes unnoticed by all of these auditors?
Is seeking more information on the trades and the all the transaction which has happened from the exchanges, both NSE and BSE.
The Reserve Bank of India's supervisory officers, they are seeking compliance reports on their foreign currency borrowings by these banks.
The DSS is actively engaging with the Reserve Bank of India to sort of ensure the thorough examination of the matter. And
IndusInd Bank, as part of its internal review, had found that certain aspects of its derivatives portfolio was not meeting the standard that was set by the Reserve Bank of India.
Very warm welcome to you all for this NDTV Profit Conclave, which is themed on Viksit Bharat.
A life which is both taking care of your material needs and taking care of your altruistic needs. That will be the true definition of Viksit Bharat.
In my view, we are already out of that slowdown.
For every unloam, you have to have vilom. You can't just keep doing up and up in the breading also. You have to come down. So the correction and healthy correction is a very, very integral part of the market.
The private capital expenditure, from where I sit, I see that private capital expenditure is happening.
Any tariff coming on Indian goods will be passed on to American consumers and Indian companies will not be affected.
We feel fairly good about the fact that we can compete with various folks.
Actually, instead of Viksit Bharat, we should call it Re-Viksit Bharat.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit.
Welcome back. You're watching Ask Profit only on NDTV Profit, a show where you send in your queries and we try and answer them. Today we have Mahesham Ojha of Hensick Securities joining us to answer all your fundamental queries. And Vikas Jain, Head Research at Reliance Securities, here to answer all your technical questions. So do pick up that phone and call us on the numbers flashing on your screen. Let's head to our first caller right after this very short break. Paramjeet is on the phone line. Hi, we have Aya Sekar from Chennai on the phone line. Hi, Aya Sekar. Good evening.
Yeah, ma'am. I'm holding Yes Bank 1,500 shares. Bought at 23 rupees.
Okay.
Whether to hold or book loss.
Okay. And since when do you hold these shares?
More than a year.
More than a year. Okay. And for how long do you want to hold on to them?
Another year, maybe.
Okay, another year. Vikas, I'd like to take your rather short-term view on Yes Bank. Our viewer bought these shares, 1,500 shares at 23 rupees a piece almost a year ago. And he's right, when I looked at the charts in August 2024, the stock was trading around 26 and now it's 16. So a sharp 10 rupees fall per share price. What's your view on Yes Bank? Will it be able to recover from the kind of pain it has seen? When can we see that U-turn in the stock price?
Well, the pain what it has been seen will take a lot of time to recover because the equity has been bloated throughout over the last many years, and it is one of the most underperforming stock. Expectations continues to build that the stock would see strong amount of returns, but it continues to disappoint. Post the inclusion into the F&O segment, again the stock has witnessed some amount of volatility in pullback, but again receded from the highs of around 21 to 16, now touching almost near to multi-month lows. So believe some more corrective action, maybe price-wise it would not move direct, but time-wise it will take a lot of time. So around 17.5, 18 should be the ideal price where it would exit. So exit on rallies would be my recommendation.
All right, thanks for that view, Vikas. Now let's go across to a caller from Himachal Pradesh. Hi Paramjeet, namaste.
Namaste, good evening ma'am.
Good evening. कैसी मदद कर सकते हैं हम आपकी?
I am having 200 shares of Force Motor at the rate of 6,800.
Correct.
I want to know long-term as well as short-term view.
All right. And since when are you holding these shares?
Recent buy.
A recent purchase. Okay. So, in a very recent purchase, you are sitting on a good, handsome profit of 58,000. There's what I can see on the screens. So, kudos to you. But since he's asking for both the short-term and long-term view, first I'd like to come to you, Mahesh, on the fundamental aspect. Are you positive on this company?
I'm positive on this company, but not much positive. So if anyone want to book on higher level, they should try to exit book profit at least 50% on a higher level. That could be near 7,200 to 7,350 zone. So booking on higher level is advisable for the stocks.
All right. And Vikas, coming to you on the technical front, how is it faring on the charts?
So if you look at, he bought it at the right price from where the technical breakout came in near to 67, 6800. The stock had a good amount of rally near to 8,000, 8,050. But over the last 4-5 days, again, it has witnessed some sharp corrective action because the volumes have been pretty less in these liquid names. So it would wait for some amount of bounce and exit near to 7350, 7400, what Mahesh suggested. So some bounce cannot be ruled out from current levels. So wait for some 4 to 5% bounce to book his profit.
Got it. And now we have Rahul. He is calling us from Chandigarh. Hi Rahul, namaste. What's your question today?
Ma'am, I wanted to ask about REC Limited.
Okay.
I have been tracking the stock from last couple of weeks. And my question is it the right time to buy this stock? I'm looking at a long-term investment on this.
Okay, and how long are you looking at?
Well, maybe around 1 year to 2 years.
Okay, 1 to 2 years. Got your question. Mahesh, I would like to know from you if, Rahul should enter REC at the current juncture because the stock has seen consistent zigzag movements on the stock exchanges, but should that refrain him from investing in this stock?
I think if anyone want to invest in REC, PFC, they can easily invest in these type of counter. Do not see the price daily ups and down. Or if you're looking at dividend yield of these counters are very attractive. And if you're looking on longer term horizon for these type of counter, we are optimistic for much more upside. Currently, downside is due to some supply in market, but we are more positive on these type of stocks. I think a stock has a much more potential for upside. If you are looking for REC 1 year horizon, we can see 625, 650 level in 1 year horizon. And these kind of stock you should try to keep more than 2 year, 3 years, so we can get much more profit on this side. And dividend yield, if you're looking on dividend yield, that's also attractive. I think he can start buying REC from these levels also.
All right. Thanks for that view, Mahesh. Now we have a caller from Hyderabad. Hi, Subbarao. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Subbarao, I request you to please turn down the volume of your television. Yes. Please go ahead with your query.
I'm holding 30 shares of Coal India, purchased at 4 lakh.
Okay.
6 months.
All right.
I want to know.
Okay, I got your query. So Vikas, Subbarao is holding 30 shares of Coal India at 404 rupees. And he's looking for a 3 to 6 month view on this particular company. So, the stock has shown resilience despite fluctuations in the coal prices and market conditions. So, and it is maintaining a solid position in the mining sector. So, what do you have to say on the counter?
So we remain positive. I think he should continue to hold on to the stock. No doubt his purchase price is just 3 to 4% away from the current price, which will eventually get through. We believe the stock has the potential to move higher near to 455 to 460 over the next 3 to 4 months. And plus the dividend yield is also good. So in the year end, we are at the fag end of the year end. So some dividend announcement would also be expected into the month of April and May, which should also see some amount of positive pullback into the name. So 450 to 465 would be expected over the next 3 to 4 months. You can continue to hold.
All right. So that's a strong, good view on Coal India for short term. Mahesh, do you also hold the same view for long term?
Definitely, the dividend yield is attractive, and current announcement which was done by Coal India, that's also supportive for price. So I think if your horizon is 1 year and more than 1 year, we can see up to 480, 500 level at least. So from current perspective, he can hold further.
Okay, got it. And now we have Amol. He's joining us on the call from Noida. Hi, Amol. Good evening. Amol,
Hi, good evening.
Yes, please go ahead with your question.
So actually, I bought Adani Green Energy shares, 50 shares at around 12.99.
Okay.
So I just wanted to know the short-term view on this, whether the stock, because today we could see some momentum in the stock.
Right.
So whether it can reach around 1120 odd level, and shall I book the loss at that particular level?
Understood. Okay. Vikas, this is an interesting counter because Cantor came up with its view today and it expects the stock to rally as much as 40% in the future. What's your view on Adani Green? And as you know, our viewer mentioned, Amol, that will he be able to make profits out of this investment or not in the near term?
Yes, surely he will be able to make profits out of it, but maybe it is not near term. He will have to wait for some 6 to 9 months from current levels and to make his shares profitable, because the stock has witnessed a good amount of rebound near from the lower part of the range near to 750 with strong volumes, and some good price action has been also been witnessed. Back-to-back strong brokerage house reports have came into the name, which is also rallying to the name, and the stock has witnessed strong amount of upgrade. So we believe the stock is poised for a strong move. Maybe the broader market move adjacent with the Adani Green, and we could see the stock heading higher. So the first potential target would be near to his purchase price. If he wishes, he can exit at that particular time.
All right.
Continue to hold.
All right. So continue to hold Adani Green is what Vikas is suggesting. And just a disclaimer, NDTV Profit is a subsidiary of AMG Media Networks and Adani Group Company. And with that, we have a caller from Coimbatore. Hi, Bala. Good evening.
Good evening, madam. I am calling from Coimbatore.
Yes, please. Please go ahead with the query.
I am holding Galaxy Surfactants bought at 2788.
All right.
I am prepared to hold it for more than a year.
Okay.
So what is the view?
And when did you buy it?
6 months before.
Okay, 6 months before. Because in just 6 months, I am seeing that you are sitting on a loss of almost 15,000 there. And are you looking for a long-term view? Am I correct?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So Mahesh, if I look at the chart, so since December, the stock is in a downward trend. And since Bala had bought it at 2,788 and currently it's trading at 2,057. So do you see it reaching those levels anytime soon, in the next 1 to 2 years, probably?
From 1 to 2 year, we can see upside up to 2,700, 2,800 level, but currently stock is in downward zone. So if any downside, I think near the 1,950 zone could be a level where they can accumulate more if they wish to add more. So fundamentally, stock is a good. Currently, we are seeing if your horizon is more than 1 year, then we can hold. We can see up to 3,000 level for Galaxy. So fundamentally good. He can hold.
All right. So you are not suggesting him to, book his losses there and get jittery, seeing the charts and the performance of the stock currently.
No, stock fundamentally company is good. So downturn can be we can see revival in near term for the same if any upside if any number are coming positive. So if fundamentally company is good, so I don't think no need to worry more on this lower level.
Got it. And now we have Shrikant. He's calling us from Hyderabad. Hi, Shrikant. Good evening.
Hi, madam. My name is Shrikant.
Hello. Welcome to Ask Profit, Shrikant. What's your question today?
Madam, chemical sector is IT sector mid-cap is recommendations, madam, long term of 4-5 years, madam.
Got it, Shrikant. Mahesh, what's your view on the chemical space? It is a very broad segment per se, where chemicals and specialty chemicals are used across sectors for various, various tasks. So, which pocket of the chemical sector would you recommend Shrikant to buy at the current market levels?
Currently, we are not much more optimistic for chemical sector because we are seeing much more tariff and many more things going on in chemical sector. So after stabilization, we can see much more upside in many in PI industry. I think PI industry, we can see SRF also. So on bigger name, we were optimistic on bigger name. So from current view, we are on wait and watch strategy for the chemical because currently stock is trading higher and we are seeing much more tariff instability in these sectors. So after stabilization, we can see on this type of counters.
Point noted, Mahesh. And Vikas, I'd like to take your top picks in the chemical space because Shrikant wants to invest in this space from a 5-year long perspective. However, the kind of headwinds that Mahesh pointed seem to be, headwinds that the sector is currently facing. But from a 5-year standpoint, from a 5-year standpoint, are there any, lights that you see in the dark space?
Yeah, so if you look at the two broad names comes into my place earlier, Aarti Industries, it's one of the leaders in the chemical space. The stock has done pretty well over the last decade. Since last 1.5 years, the company has its own territory and the stock has witnessed a vertical decline. But we believe it is at multi-month averages. The stock offers good opportunity. The stock witnessed some amount of positive pullback, but again has witnessed near to the support area. So Aarti Industries looks good from current levels. We expect the stock could again rebatch its glory and move higher, maybe a 30 to 35% upside in the next 1 year. And over the 5 years, we believe the stock can more than double. And in the second stock we like is Tata Chemicals because this stock has been a pedigree into the chemical sector from the Tata Group. And the stock has witnessed some amount of corrective action post the demerger. We believe, but the re-rating would happen into the name, and this stock looks attractive.
All right. Thanks for those picks there, Vikas. Now we have a caller from Kurnool. Hi, Mansingh. Good evening.
Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Yes. How can we help you?
Madam, I want to know fundamental analysis of Techno Electric Engineering.
All right.
I have purchased 50 shares at the rate 1150 rupees, madam.
Okay.
My investment horizon is 2 to 3 years.
All right. And why did you go for Techno Electric Engineering in the very first place?
Yeah, it is in the transmission distribution and that is data centers
Yeah, okay. So you were reading about the company that you're investing in. That's good to know. And you are sitting on a loss of 12,000 is what I can see. So Mahesh, since he's looking for a fundamental view on the company, so since January, the stock is in a decline zone, but the stock has also experienced a decline of over 8% in just 1 month and 34% in the last 3 months. So that's really not a good picture there, but still, talking about the company's fundamentals, are you still positive?
I think all in this sector, all the stocks has faced the selling pressure. If you're looking on data center story, and all the stocks have seen much more pressure on downside. But from current level, I think there's some upside could come in near term. If your horizon is more than 1 year, 2 year, I think stock has a potential up to 1,450 to 1,500 level. So from current level, not much more negative on the negative side, but if any downside could come, then we can see up to 840, 850 level. That could be level where investor can look for accumulation also. So from current level, he can hold further.
All right. And since Mansingh had asked for a fundamental query, but still I'd like to take a technical view on this company. Vikas, what do you have to say on Techno Electric Engineering?
So it's oversold at current levels because if you look at the stock made a top near to 1750, 1800 in the month of December, and it is halved by 50%. And the way the transmission and electric power part of the business are doing some amount of positive pullback over the past few days. So the stock has witnessed some amount of consolidation. So we believe the stock will move further higher. So good risk reward ratio from current levels.
Got it. And now we have Ganesh. He's calling us from Dubai. Hi, Ganesh. Good evening.
Yeah, hi. This is yeah. How are you? Actually, I just wanted to ask regarding Vodafone Idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I've purchased somewhere like 9.77 for total quantity is like 3.2 lakhs shares I bought it for 0.77. And currently it's valued for 22 lakhs, somewhere like that. The current price is 6.94. I have a total net loss of 9.05. What are your suggestions? Like, can I hold? Can I sell it? What are the suggestions you have for the Vodafone Idea?
Got it, Ganesh. I'll ask you a question to Mahesh. Mahesh, Ganesh from Dubai, he is sitting on a massive loss of close to 10 lakh rupees. He holds 3.2 lakh shares of Vodafone Idea at 9.77 rupees. And he's asking for a long-term view and also your suggestion on whether he should buy, hold or sell his current positions. Now, 10 lakh is a huge loss that he has made. What would your suggestion be? Because Vodafone Idea, being a telecom company, has gone through significant correction in the past couple of months. It has in fact dropped close to 50% in the past 1 year to 6 months per se, and has a negative ROCE as well. Tell me something that's positive about the company.
I think stock is facing some bad news in coming time. So if you're looking on the stocks, if any positive side news coming and any positive sign coming for the stock, then we can see some upside up to 850, 890 zone. But currently we are not seeing any positive sign in the stock. So if you're looking for these type of stock, keep stick stop loss. Anyways, from these level we are seeing 5.85 level could be a stop loss, and in upper side could be a 825 to 840 zone. After that one we can review the stocks.
All right, thanks for that view, Mahesh. We have a caller from Pune. Hi, Anju. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. How can we help you, Anju?
So I'm holding HL shares, 100 shares, and I bought it at 4,705 rupees.
Yes.
Just wanted to know what's the long-term view? Long-term means 6 months from now. How will it hold? Should I continue holding it more or sell or like?
All right. So your time horizon is not more than 6 months?
I can wait for more than that as well if it has, good prospects.
Okay. So first I'd like to come to you, Vikas, since she's asked for a 6-month view. HAL is a leading aerospace and defense, company in India, but still, for the 6-month horizon, because she's bought it at 4,700 and currently it's trading at 3,400 levels. So do you see it, reaching those levels in this short period of time?
Well, the target of 4,700, what she's looking for over the next 6 months looks little difficult. But the structure remains positive from current levels, because if you look at the stock got peaked somewhere into June, July 2024, and it has witnessed a good drawdown. Some bottom up formation has been witnessed near to its 100-week average and witnessing positive up move. So if she wishes, she can average at some current levels and recoup his purchase by average price, will bring down the average price near to 3850, 3900, which should be the probable target over the next 3 to 6 months.
Okay, got it. And now we have Ali. He's calling us from Nagpur. Hi, Ali. Good evening. Okay. Hi, Ali. Can you hear me? Okay, we seem to have lost his audio, but I'll take up his query nevertheless. Ali holds 500 shares of State Bank of India at 820 rupees a piece, and he's asking for a long-term view. Mahesh, what is your perspective on State Bank of India? Currently, Ali is sitting on a loss of close to 50,000 rupees. The stock is hovers around 720, but it has a healthy dividend payout as well. Would you recommend Ali to stay invested in SBI?
Definitely, he can stay invested in SBI. I think his stock has a potential up to 1,000 level in 1 year horizon. But from current market condition, we can say up to 900, 950 level could become in a stock for a 1 year horizon. So if you're looking on balance sheet of company fundamental, so company quarter on quarter result are coming good and dividend yield also coming good. So I think he can hold for the, there is no problem in hold the same.
All right. Thanks for that view, Mahesh. Now we have a caller from Chennai. Hi, Srinivas. Good evening. Yes, how can we help you, Srinivas?
Hi, Amar.
Srinivas, I'm afraid that I'm not able to understand properly. Can you please repeat? I think we've lost the line there, but we have Srinivas's query with us. He's asking which mid-cap stocks to invest in IT sector. So, well, every new investor is curious about this space, especially after, Trump tariffs that have, they're about to roll in. So coming to you, Mahesh, on the fundamental side, what are your top picks? Let's say just, top 3 picks.
I think if anyone want to start in the IT space, then they can start some amount of in large cap. I think TCS could be a good price, and KPIT also you have mentioned. So I think KPIT could be accumulated on these levels. Also TCS could be accumulated in these levels, and still also looking good on these levels. So I think 3 of these counter are looking some attractive on these levels. Some downside could come in near term, but I think from longer term horizon, if you are looking for the same, so these 3 counter could be edible in the stock your portfolio.
All right, thanks for that view. And quickly, Vikas, if you could give us your top 3 picks in the IT sector for short term.
So if you look at HCL Tech, looks pretty promising. So I agree with Mahesh that because the stock has witnessed a good corrective action, and we believe the stock would see some amount of more up move from current levels, because the stock has gained good support near to its multi-month averages. And another stock which we like is Cyient Limited. Cyient Limited has witnessed a vertical fall into the corrective action, and post the inclusion into the F&O segment, some volatility has came into the place. But we believe some bottom-up formation has been taking place near to the sub 1130, 1150 or levels. So Cyient Limited looks good for an up move up near to 1350 to 1380 over the next 3 to 4 months.
Understood. And very quickly, we have another caller, Vasudev, joining us on the phone line from Bengaluru. Hi, Vasudev. Good evening. Please ask away your question. Okay. I apologize, Vasudev. I can't hear you, but I'll take your query. Vasudev holds 99 shares of Senco Gold at 308 rupees a piece. He's asking for a short-term view. Now, gold prices globally have crossed significant junctures, because it's crossed $3,000 in the international market and is now crossed 90,000 domestically. We spoke to G. Chandrasekhar, an economist, who suggested that until uncertainties are present in the global market, he's not bearish on gold as a safe haven asset. What's your view, Mahesh, on Senco Gold? What does that do to the to companies in this industry?
I think on gold side, we are looking on Senco Gold. The stock is down much more downside up from higher level. But I think these level could be a accumulation zone for a Senco Gold, and 225 to 240 zone could be for a accumulation range. A stop loss, if anyone want to keep, then they can stop loss captive stop loss near 198. I think upside could be a 275 to 295. In near term, we can see. After that, but we can review stocks for the same. So from current level, they can accumulate. If anyone want to accumulate, then they can accumulate, and who are having, then they can hold with a stop loss of 198.
All right. Thanks for that view, Mahesh. And with that, I'm afraid that we are running short of time. But thank you so much, Mahesh and Vikas, for being on the show and, helping our viewers with their queries so patiently. Thank you so much. And viewers, it's a wrap on today's edition of Ask Profit. But stay tuned to NDTV Profit. There's more lined up ahead.
He sold most of his stock, 80%, as on that date.
We have requested the management to come and speak to us. They asked us, what questions will you ask? We've sent it to them. They don't want to answer it, so then let's put it to our viewers as well.
7 key questions, right? How is it that 2,000 crore goes unnoticed by all of these auditors?
SEBI is seeking more information